Morning, y'all. It's been a while, y'all. I have videos backed up that I need to upload, like way before this one. I have like 6 videos I need to upload. Anywho, today is it's Tuesday morning, April 9th. Today is the 9th of April, and I am on my way to work as usual. This is the weekend after, no, this is the week after I and my honey went to Dallas for the Tyler Perry farewell tour, the Medea farewell tour, which we had a great time. So we left Friday afternoon. Yeah, we left Friday about 11 or 12 because we had to get up, take the dogs to my mom's house because she was dog sitting for us, and we had to get our haircuts. And then I had to get the truck washed and cleaned, and then we got on the road. So, and we went to go eat breakfast too before we left. We ate breakfast at our favorite little diner here in, well, that's the Spring area, Spring, Texas area. Then what else? We got on the road. We had to stop at Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is my favorite place. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, look it up. It's a full, they have like 17 to 25 pumps. It's a gas station, but it's a unique gas station. But I love Buc-ee's, so we had to stop at Buc-ee's. And we didn't even stop for gas because we had already filled the truck up. I stopped because I just wanted to stop. I love that place. And we got some like chopped beef burgers. Ugh, Buc-ee's chopped beef burgers are the shit, okay? Oh, I love them burgers. So we stopped and got that and something to drink. Dallas is like 3.5, 4 hours away from Houston. So at that time when we stopped, I think we were only like an hour on the road or hour and a half on the road. So we still had a ways to go. But we got to our hotel, which our hotel was beautiful. I'm going to try to insert the pictures now of the hotel, which was just absolutely beautiful. Dang, I can't. Texana Court, I think is the name of the hotel. It's a new hotel they just built. It's only been open 4 months, the lady told us. So it's really, really new. But it was beautiful. It was nice. They had, the hotel reminded me of a Indian reservation / country. That's what it reminds me of. So it had a bar, it had a gym, and it had a restaurant. The hotel had a restaurant. And so we never did go to the bar, but we went to the restaurant because they give you a $15 credit that you could use at the restaurant. And we went there Friday night. Because, you know, after traveling all day, you're tired. So Friday, we just kind of stayed at the hotel after we got there. We got there about 4 or 5, I guess. We got there about 4 or 5 o'clock. And we just chilled out at the hotel. I don't remember us going anywhere Friday night. My honey cousin lives in Irvington, Texas. And so we called to see what she was doing, but we decided not to go over there Friday night. But we hung out at the restaurant, and we got, you know, some food. We didn't get any drinks, but we got food, and we just sat around and talked. And it was kind of cold because that's when the bad weather was coming through the Dallas area. So it was a little chilly. So the restaurant, they had these fire pits set up all around the property. So they were burning wood, and so you could go and sit in front of the fire. It was really, really nice. And What else? We sat at a table and they lit this like little fire pit for us. And it gave off heat or whatever, but I mean it was really, really nice. And they had a live performer that night at the restaurant. This guy, he came, you know, was singing live country music. He sounded really nice. And then we went back to our hotel, you know, took baths, and we went to bed. Girl, these beds were the bomb, okay? That duvet they had on the bed was comfortable. Oh my God. And these were king size beds in the room. The bed was comfortable. We slept so good. Slept so good. So Saturday morning, we got up and went. They had continental breakfast. Now, I'm used to continental breakfast being a little bit of hot food mixed with, you know, cold cereal, fruit, stuff like that. Well, they didn't do that. They had basically cold stuff with like bagels, and they had something they served something called scones. That was actually good. The scones were good. This was Saturday morning. So we had like cereal, fruit, apple juice, orange juice, cranberry juice, water. You had the bagels, scones. You had like cream cheese that you could put on your bagel or your scone. There's something else. They had coffee, of course. Coffee, tea. What else they had? That was really it. Like, they didn't really have hot food Saturday. So we went and had the continental breakfast, and then we went back to the room, got dressed, and went out for the day. Well, we left the hotel room about 8:30. Like, the mall don't open up to 10 o'clock, and that's where I want to go. I want to go to the mall because I want to go to Miss A, the store Miss A. So I don't know what I was thinking, but we got dressed, got in the truck. We left the hotel about 8:30. Then when we got to the mall, I was like, why is there nobody here? You know, so I look at the time, it was 9 o'clock. And I'm like, the mall don't open up to 10. So on the way to the mall, we had passed Texas Thrift. We had passed another thrift store and a Goodwill. So I was like, you know what, it's 9 o'clock, one of them got to be open. So we went to Texas Thrift, and they were open. And we went inside, and that day, Saturday, they had blue tags 30% off, white tags 50% off. So, of course, you know, I had to look for some things, right? You people can't drive today. I had to look for some things. So I got some things that I'm going to show you guys in a haul. So we walked around that store for about an hour. So by that time, it was starting to get really, really dark. Oh my God, it was starting to get really, really dark. And it looked like it was about to start raining. So since we was right down the street from the mall, I was like, you know what, babe, let's hurry up and make it to the mall. So we got it back in the truck, went to the mall. As soon as we drove up in the parking lot, it started to rain a little bit. So, girl, you know, this girl here had to jump out the car, jump out the truck, and hurry up and run to the door, right? Because we was right close by the door. So we was in the mall, walked around there for a while, you know, did some shopping. I went to Miss A, so I have some stuff from Miss A that I want to show you guys too. And we spent like maybe an hour and a half in the mall. So then we left the mall and we went and got something to eat. But it was still kind of raining. That's why we was in the mall for a while, to let the rain, like, you know, slack up. So we went and got something to eat. Went to a Japanese place because we just love Japanese food no matter where we go. So we went and got some Japanese food. Then my honey called her cousin, because around this time it was like 1 or 2 o'clock. She called her cousin, and her cousin was like, hey, y'all, come on over. So we left the restaurant and went to her cousin's house. We spent like an hour and a half at her cousin's house, and then my honey said that she needed to take a nap before the show, because the show was actually Saturday night, and we had the late show, the 8 o'clock show. That was the last show of the day. So we went back to the hotel, and basically we both took a nap. Like, we both were kind of tired, so we both took a nap. Woke up, you know, got all dressed and beautiful for the Tyler Perry play. Girl, when I say, okay, we left the shows don't start till 8 o'clock. I wanted to be there on time, right? So, and plus, since we're like not from that area, we don't know how traffic's gonna be and all that stuff. So we left the hotel at 6 o'clock. We left the hotel at 6 o'clock. We actually got to the place where the play was gonna be at 6:30. Her cousin was telling us that we were kind of close to it, to where the hotel was. We was kind of close to it, but we didn't know how close. So it basically took us like 30 minutes to get to the theater. So then, when we got there, it was droves of people coming out. And that was the end of the, I think, 3 or 4 o'clock show, the security guard had told us. It was a lot of freaking people. A lot. So, you know, you gotta wait for all that traffic to come out for you to be able to, you know, go in and park your car. So, by the time we got into the theater, it was like 7:15. And you know, they always try to pull you over to do this contest, do that contest. Let's get all your personal information out. I'm like, look, all I'm here to do is watch the show. I don't care about none of these little side things they got going on that's gonna spam me later on. Start calling me from all different types of numbers, trying to get me to buy something and all that. Just leave me the fuck alone. I come here to watch a play. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But my honey, she got to be engaged, so I let her do her thing. She ain't bother me about it. I ain't bother her about it. So we sit down in the theater. We find our seats. We sit down. Why? At 8 o'clock, the show started at promptly 8 o'clock. It was on time. Why us? We got to be late. And then you late. It's dark in the theater now. They done, you know, turn the lights off and all that. You gotta use your cell phone and try to find your fucking seat. You distracted me. And then you in my way. I'm trying to see what's going on, because you know, we done paid for a performance. You in the goddamn way. Us. We need to be on time. Okay? So, and then the theater seats were like small. Like, they really try to get their money's worth with putting all those seats in those stadiums, in those theaters, because, baby, I'm glad I knew who I was sitting next to. And then my honey was sitting on the left of me, and it was another lady. It was a seat on the right of me that was open, and then another lady on the side of that seat. I'm thinking that maybe she bought those 2 seats, thinking that she was gonna bring somebody with her or whatever, but the person didn't show, because every seat in the house had a body in it. So I'm pretty sure they just didn't skip that seat. You know what I mean? So she must have bought 2 seats, thinking somebody was gonna come with her or whatever. But the show was really, really nice. I liked the play. That was the first time I ever seen a Tyler Perry play in person. I really did like it. Now I know, like from videos, the Tyler Perry play videos, now I know I miss a little bit, because what you see on the screen of like the movie, it's always something else going on the side that you'll never see unless you're there. So that was really nice. And then, you know, all those people had to move out of that theater. So it was like ants on top of ants, right? So I was like, hey, you know, let's wait for some of these people to get out this theater. Because first of all, I don't want to be in a whole bunch of traffic. Second of all, I don't want nobody to hit my damn truck. So, you know, we're not in a hurry. You know, we don't have nothing else going on. We're not in a hurry. We can wait. So we waited for mostly everybody to leave, and then we left, which was a good idea, because the police was out there signaling people to go one way, and you know, we're using GPS because we're not from around there, so GPS telling us to go another way. So it was just best that wasn't hardly anybody on the road when we left, so there won't be, you know, any problems, because we didn't know where we were going. And Dallas have so much construction going on a freeway. Like, I thought Houston freeways were like humongous and confusing, but Dallas shit is horrible. You got 6 different lanes telling you to go 3 different places. It was confusing, but I know it's probably not confusing if you live there, you drive those roads every day. But yeah, it was confusing for us. After the play, we went to Whataburger, got something to eat. We went back to the room, and that was it. That was the night, honey. Okay? So the whole time we were there, we were looking at the news for Houston, the weather, because Houston got bad weather. I mean, horrible weather Sunday. And we were going back into Houston Sunday. So we got up Sunday morning, went to the Continental Breakfast again, and they had all the same stuff except they had biscuits and gravy Sunday. They added that to the little Continental Breakfast. They had biscuits and gravy. So we ate, went back to the room, packed up. And this hotel, you normally have to check out at 11. This one had to check out at 12. But we left before then because we wanted to try to get on the road, so we could, if we get in any bad weather, it would be like the beginning of the weather. So hopefully it wouldn't be that bad. So we had our Continental Breakfast. We got on the road. I wish we could have stayed a little longer, because we was only 4 hours away from home, and her cousin wanted to cook dinner for us. But, you know, we had to get back home. We couldn't be playing around. So we got back on the road. Everything was fine. Weather was fine until we got like an hour away from Houston, which is where we had to stop at Buc-ee's again and get us those good old chopped beef burgers and something to drink. And so Buc-ee's, when we stopped at Buc-ee's, we was an hour away from Houston, and so that's kind of like when we started seeing bad weather. So Conroe is like 30 or 40 minutes from our house, and so the weather really got bad between Willis and Conroe. It was got to the point to where we couldn't see, you know, while driving. It was raining so bad, so we had to pull off the freeway because people drive like 80, 90 while it's raining. Like, and if I can't see, I know the next person in the car next to me can't see. You know what I mean? So I'm like, why are they driving? I said, you know what? We're going to pull over for a little while, let things slack up. So once we pulled over, girl, I'm pulling over. We saw like a hospital emergency drive-in thing. So I was like, you know what, let's just drive up into this hospital emergency thing and park for a little while. So we parked and, you know, kind of let the weather slack up. But girl, when we was coming off the freeway, a tree branch fell and hit my car. Ooh! I was too through. I'm glad it wasn't like a sharp end and was like coming into my windshield with the sharp end, because it would have broke through my windshield. But it was just like a regular tree branch that fell and hit my girl. I was too through. My nerves were like bad for a minute. So we sat in that parking lot for about 20 to 30 minutes and let the rain slack up and stuff. And so once it slacked up and I felt like, okay, I could drive, we got back on the freeway. Well, once we got back on the freeway, and it was like 10 minutes being back on the freeway, traffic started slowing down on the freeway. So we're passing, because you can see something was going on. We're passing. This Jeep had flipped over. And you can tell the Jeep flipped a couple of times before it, stopped. Girl, I'm pretty sure that Jeep was going fast. Somebody either cut it off or they had to hit their brakes fast, unexpectedly, something for it to flip. You can tell it flipped like multiple times. That was horrible. So I was so glad that we had got off the freeway where we did and like chilled for a minute, because we could have been caught up in that flip. Girl, no. She's not gonna lose her life like that. No. So when it's raining and it's bad weather, just slow down. You're gonna get to wherever you're going safely. You know what I mean? Just slow down. And then people like, well, I have good tires. Good tires don't mean shit. You got somebody else on the road with bad tires. They car start tripping or they lose control of that car. You get caught up in that. They ain't got nothing to do with your good tires. You know what I'm saying? No, just slow down. You go get there. So we finally got home. And when we got home, we found out we don't have power. So we didn't have power for like maybe 3 hours after we got home. So since we didn't have power, we went home, we let the windows up and opened up the windows and stuff, to let some air flow in, because it was kind of cool. And honey, I laid on my couch and went to sleep. I was tired. My mind had been at work all day. I was asleep. So I woke up maybe an hour after the lights came on. And my dogs were still at my mom's house. And so she called and she was like, when you coming to get your girls? When you coming to get your girls? So I was like, okay, we're on our way to come get them. And by that time the weather had cleared up in Houston. And my honey had called and told her cousin that we had made it home. And they were getting the bad weather out in the Dallas area. So we went and got the dogs, came back home, and then you have to unpack and wash clothes and all that stuff because I had to go to work the next day. And that was my weekend, honey, but I had a really good time. It's really good to just get on the road, take a trip, have some fun, unwind, especially when you have like a stressful job or any type of stress going on in your life. It's just really good to get on the road, have a vacation or little getaway. So I don't know when the next one is going to be. We're talking about going back to Austin for our anniversary, which is in May. I was in Austin for spring break with my daughter and my mom, so this time it'll just be me and my honey going to Austin for our anniversary. So we'll see if that happens. But I had a really good time. I like Dallas, Irving. It was really, really nice. And we got to see my honey cousins. We haven't seen them since they got married. Her and her wife got married about 5 years ago. So we haven't seen them in like 5 years. So it was really nice to see them. And yeah, that was my Dallas trip. Now I don't think Tyler Perry, I know he's supposed to be retiring Madea, but I think he's still going to be doing plays, different type of plays like he normally do. Madea might not make an appearance anymore, but I don't think this is him being done with playwriting because he's so good at it. That's what put him on, on the scene. So I know he's breaking into movies and stuff like that, but I don't think he may be done with Madea, but I don't think he's done. So we'll see what comes up in the future for him. Oh, and then Cora and Tamala Mann and her husband David Mann, they were in the play, and it was really good to see them back on a stage with Medea. That was really nice to actually see them. And, you know, they're from Dallas. They live in Mansville, Texas. So they're from Dallas. So it was really nice for them to be, you know, in their hometown. But I was talking to my honey. I'm like, I wonder what do they do after the show is over? Like, do they go back to their hotel and go straight to sleep? Do they go out to eat together? Do they go and get drinks? Like, what is they unwind? How do they unwind after doing a big production like that? I just wonder what people do. You know, I'm a people watcher. I will sit and watch people. So I wonder what, you know, people do. But anywho, I am almost at work. Y'all have been on this long little ride with me, hearing about my weekend. If you have done anything fun in the last couple of weeks, months, whatever you want to share with us, go ahead and write it down there in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We do have fun over here on this channel, honey. And I will see you guys in the next video.